Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to this new pick a card reading. Today we're going to get into what it is exactly your angels want you to know at this time. So if you saw the thumbnail, you might have already picked a deck for yourself. I'm just gonna get straight into it. My name is Mila. This is Wood Monkey Tarot. I hope you're vibing with me, and if you are, please stick around. I'm very excited to get into this pick-a pile since I made a new oracle deck for myself. It has a bunch of different characters from shows, TV shows, animes, movies that I like. I probably will be adding many more over time. I'm very excited about this, so let me just get straight into what piles we have in front of us. So the first pile is going to be the clear quartz bracelet with the Sakura card, which is obviously a healer card. So you might resonate with liking Naruto, the anime Naruto. Again, if you pick a pile, it's not based on which characters you like, it is based on which pile you firsthand felt most attracted to. Like, boom, what's the first deck that really caught your attention, or the first card that really caught your attention? Okay, so then for the second pile, we have this very creative kind of crystal bracelet that has a bunch of different ones on it. My best friend made this for me. It has the Fool card on it. So yeah, that is pile number 2 with the Bride from Kill Bill. Then for the third pile, we have Tiger's Eye, a Tiger's Eye bracelet with Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean, also known as, like, he's like the embodiment of the trickster energy. So yeah, I'm excited to get into it and see what your angels and ancestors, well, angels and ancestors, I'm going for angels in this, what your angels have to say for you in these piles. I'm very excited. I am also already seeing angel numbers, so they're here. Okay, let me get right into pile 1 and I'll be back. Okay, pile number 1, 2, 3, 3 on the timer as we start off. You chose Sakura, the healer archetype. The growth journey that she goes through is very significant, right? She goes from being very dependent and quite vulnerable and quite useless, to be honest, and she grows towards being very needed. Actually, she's the person who heals Naruto in the end and makes sure that he stays alive throughout the whole war era and everything. So she is a very necessary part of the team, even though she gets overlooked oftentimes. So you might resonate with that. And what I'm seeing here is your angels want you to know that you have a compassionate nature. You have this innate vision that you want to heal people. You want to heal the world, right? And you're very emotional in that way, where it's like you want to give it your all. You're very selfless in that way, where it's like you wish nothing but to help people. And then I pulled for you the ayahuasca card, which quite literally talks about, if you want to heal the world, you must first heal yourself. You are divine love. You are one with source. Like, I am getting this first pile is very spiritual. They are very in tune with source, and you can see that through like a catharsis of the known, you are learning to embrace the unknown and kind of growing because of that. You are still in this student mindset, and she obviously learns under Tsunade, which is the Hokage, right? She learns under one of the most powerful people in the village. She's the direct apprentice to one of the most powerful people in the village. You are Source's apprentice. you are the divine's student. And your angels are saying that is beautiful, but do not forget to, in having that goal, in having that innate goal of like healing the world and being that student for such a greater higher power, don't neglect your own needs. And your angels, and I have Giorno Giovanni on the bottom of the deck, which is like, this character is literally like the embodiment of, literally he says like, I, Giorno Giovanna, have a dream, and it is to become like the greatest gangster of whatever, you know. And so this card is also the creator, right? It's interesting that this card is coming out because he has a perk, right? His golden wing, his stand, literally creates life out of objects. So there's definitely a big healer energy regarding this collective. You can very much resonate with being very purpose driven again, and like having constant transformations by trying to go for that purpose, which is very beautiful, and your angels commend you for that. There's also very strong Virgo Scorpio energy here, where it's like Scorpio is all about transformation and going within, and then Virgo is all about goal setting and getting to what you want, right? So yeah, that's kind of the energy here. And it's also like, in a sense, you have this idealism, like you might be a bit hard on yourself, is what I'm getting. Like your angels are saying like you're pretty hard on yourself, you know? And in that way you become you impose insecurities upon yourself, and you don't necessarily need to do that. I'm gonna get one more card from this deck. The Godfather. Protective, loyal, strategic. And this is giving like you towards yourself, where it's like you are extremely protective of who you surround yourself with. Your circle is small, which is a good thing, but at the same time you are ruthless. Like you're ruthless in how you see yourself and your sole purpose. You have a vision, right? You have a vision for the future. You want to heal the world. You have a big goal. You have big dreams. It's giving Michael Jackson. It's giving, I'm going to heal as many people as possible. You know, and opinions are divided about that, but whatever. So that is very strongly the energy that's coming through. It's like you're very loyal to those that you do trust, because you know that with your exceptional energy, with your exceptional healing capabilities, you can't just go out and hand it to anyone, right? You know that you need to protect that divine skill. Like you understand that you have a very big purpose on this planet, and so you understand that you need to be strategic about who you allow in your energetic field, because it's not for everyone. Not everyone can carry that frequency without like manipulating you, without taking advantage, you know. Not everybody can carry that frequency with love. So there's a very big message that your angels are like, okay, proud of you. So now let's see what it is exactly your angels want to give you clarity on. Yeah, so I have the Three of Cups reverse and the Four of Pentacles reverse, which I'm going to get a little bit clarity on. Please be patient with me. Okay, so the thing is, you might, as I was saying, like you might have been taken advantage of in the past regarding your healing, nurturing, loving energy. And that's why you can kind of see and understand that there are certain friendships or relationships with people or dynamics that you're involved in that just don't serve you anymore. And it's you understand that certain things have been draining you, and that's also why you have been in this kind of like controlling energy, where it's like the Godfather, right? he's in control of everything. And he decides what happens, and he's very protective, and he's very kind of quiet and works with a really small group, but that also kind of comes from a manipulative form of control. Like, it's not in a completely healthy way. So it's kind of like your angels are kind of asking you to like release that kind of, because there is a sense that you have got your heart broken, and there is a sense of like disappointment that you've endured with people like that just did not show up for you. People did not show up for you. They weren't able to picture the future that you did for yourself and for your life with them, maybe even. And there's a sense of like stagnation because of that, because you're kind of stuck in a rut, and you're like sitting with this heartbreak over like, I'm constantly overgiving myself to these unfulfilling friendships or to this unfulfilling relationships with people, and it's just not serving me. So your angels want to give you clarity to kind of start moving on this vision that you have, right? It's like you have a vision. There isn't certain emotional mastery that wants to erupt, is what I'm getting. There's a sense of these experiences have taught you and are teaching you to have this complete emotional mastery of the King of Cups, where it's like you can hold compassion for these people while maintaining a steady ground. You can have compassion for those that don't serve you anymore while also setting boundaries for yourself. But also it's kind of giving me like you embody this very calm, it brings me back to journal. You have this very calm, collected energy about you, where it is like you don't panic. Whatever situation you and your friends get into, you don't panic. You think your way out of it, because you trust in your capabilities, because you trust that even through hardships and even through battles, you will figure it out. Like, you will find a way, right? And that is kind of the energy that your angels want you to embody a bit more, where it's like, yes, these hardships are part of it, because still you're very capable of this extremely growth orientated kind of transformative energy that you embody so well, right? So I hope that message makes sense. Let me get a final clarifier for you for the first collective. What is it? The angels of the first collective. What is it exactly? What is the final message for the first collective? Boom. Harbor of peace. Find serene refuge in the peaceful embrace of a gentle harbor, allowing tranquility to still your waters. Yeah, it's literally giving like, release the idea that like you have built a certain sanctuary for yourself, right? There is a certain resilience that you embody that makes you your own home, that makes you the harbor of peace, right? So you're able to hold compassion, you're able to hold space, but at the same time, like, you know that like this is also giving water energy, so it is definitely giving like Scorpio or Cancer or something of that sort. So you might have certain placements like that. Yeah, it's just giving chill. Trust your own energy. Trust how evolved you are within your own emotional intelligence, and thrive in that. Just thrive in your own little harbor, because you have created this kind of peace for yourself, where you also decided to not hold on to friendships that don't serve you anymore. And if you haven't done that yet, then that is the advice that your angels want to give you, where it's like you're learning to let go of friendships that don't serve you anymore. flame of courage, open to receive. Invite the flame of courage, lighting the path of bravery amidst shadows of fear. Like, yeah, there might be a certain fear regarding this new sparked vision that you have, this new creative idea, or like this new path you wanna really go for, you know? There are certain ideas that are aching in your brain, like, I know it because there's visionary out here. Giorno Giovanni, I have a dream. Is like, you might have known since you were very young what it is exactly that you want to do. And you want to move on that. And it's like, you got to have the courage to go for it. And be open to receive that. Be open to receive the guidance you're getting right now. And be open to all the abundance that wants to come into your life as soon as you let go of those like energies that don't serve you. As soon as you put yourself first, you know, and create that harbor for yourself, then you'll be able to, then you created the space to open up your harbor and receive the abundance that wants to come into your life. So be courageous and everything will be fine. Okay, I hope this resonated for you. Please let me know in the comments if this did resonate. You can leave maybe a little sakura flower, like a little emoji, if this is your pile. If you don't know what to say in the comments, I would really appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, collective 2, welcome to your reading. I'm very interested in this pile already. I pulled 2 extra oracle cards to get a bit more clarity on what we're getting into. You pulled the bride from Kill Bill, so you might like resonate with those films. You might like samurai movies in general, or kind of like spaghetti westerns, you know, Quentin Tarantino vibe. Point is, you have deep determination for something. You're extremely determined, but you're also hard-headed, and especially hard on yourself. You might have a lot of voices in your head speaking to you constantly. Fogginess is coming through. It's like you're very hard, you're very disciplined, you're very resilient, right? This character goes through a hard fucking training when she gotta run up and down these stairs with like 2 buckets of water constantly. She has to really get down and dirty to get good at her art form, right? Which is the sword. And she's very hard on herself while doing that as well. She gets angry and frustrated, and there's this sense of being obsessive with your goal to a point where you are kind of losing sight of how much you've already grown. Like, this is a character that does not think about her achievements, or like she does not think about her growth. All she cares about is achieving her ultimate goal, which is like killing the guy, right? Oh my god, why can't I find his name right now? That's gonna drive me insane. It's literally gonna, okay, I have to look that up because that's literally gonna drive me insane. It's Bill, obviously. What is wrong with me? You get me though. You get me. Whatever. You know, that's my head is foggy. Whatever. Don't laugh at me. So that's the vibe, right? That's you. You have this extremely like tunnel vision, and your guides, your angels specifically want you to know that it's kind of blocking you, because I got this in reverse. Tulsi, wealth. It is blocking you from seeing the beauty of your growth. It is blocking you. It's like, you know, Uma Thurman is a beautiful woman. But in this film, it's not about her beauty at all. It's about vengeance and like revenge and stuff like that. But it is also kind of, they're trying to show you that you've grown into this beautiful, skillful being, and you're kind of neglecting those parts of yourself, and therefore you are kind of blocking your abundance. Yeah, you're blocking your abundance because you don't acknowledge your skill to be worth of the wealth that wants to come in, right? So I hope that makes sense, because this is kind of talking about, you know, and I'm kind of sneaking here. Tulsi is here today to teach you that the key to Jupiter's doorway, abundance and wisdom, and the other card I have out here also has Jupiter on it, by the way. So this does have, like, this deeply has to do with a higher education, like luck, expansion, growth, abundance, philosophy, spirituality, your faith. It has to do with optimism and justice. Like, you want justice, right? It's like in the same sense that you want to keep working hard. It's like, if only I do it the right way, that is when I will get the reward. Like, you're very, like, set in stone, like that kind of vibe. But they're trying to tell you that the only way to get through that doorway, so to get to that wisdom that you crave and want, to get to that abundance that you want, is by literally is to live, create, and communicate from a place of wonder, innocence, and impeccability, rather than doubt and confusion. So I hope that that message is getting through. I'm still learning. You guys should know that by now if you've seen my videos before. So, and then we have this card in the reverse, right? Which also is ruled by Jupiter. And this card also talks about allowing yourself the nurturing energy of mother, which is like, you need to start being way more compassionate towards yourself, because you are being way, 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 way too hard on yourself right now. Understand that you have been working like a honeybee. Like, you've been working like a bee day and night, sucking that honey, getting the bag, trying to do what you need to do. And it's like, you don't have to go at it by yourself. You can rest. You can trust your community is even what I'm getting. It's like, trust your angels, trust your guides. That's really the energy I'm getting. Okay, now I'm gonna get some extra messages. What is it Collective 2's angels want them to know right now? Okay, we got Nora. We got Nora from Marriage Story, which is literally, she's all about getting justice, right? And I just spoke on that, which is like, she's very much, she understands that the system is not fair, and that she like, a woman has to work extra hard, has to, like, she has this certain speech in the film that's very renowned. It's like, she talks about in a courtroom, right, when there's like a divorce happening, a woman needs to be perfect, while a man can fuck up as many times as he wants. And a woman needs to be perfect because, like, that is just how the system works, right? That's basically the shortened version of that. And you might also resonate with always being in a position where you had to work extra hard for what it is you want to get, right? And it's saying, like, you're very calculating in that. But it is to a point where you're, like, reducing people to outcomes, reducing yourself to an outcome, right? So what this is saying is, like, you need to start being more compassionate towards yourself. You might have Libra placements, strong Libra placements, where it's like, you really look at things like from a level of justice, where it's like, you need to ground that justice a bit more in what's realistic as a human. Like, have more compassion to yourself. Okay, now I hope this message is coming across. So what is it your angels have to say to you? What is the advice the angels have for Collective 2? Okay. All right. Just give me a little moment. yeah, okay, so I pulled some extra cards. And basically the big message here is with the bride, obviously, I think with whatever it is you're pursuing or whatever it is you're doing in your life, you've been doing it by yourself. You've been going at it alone. And your guides have a very strong message about reevaluating your approach in that, because there's a sense of like isolation, there's a sense of like lack of engaging with the world around you, and they really want you to kind of embrace more, maybe more traditional ways of going about doing things, which is less alone and more looking for like mentorship, or actually going towards community, or genuinely like maybe there's a course you can do or something of that sort, where it's like, don't try to go at it alone. You probably need advice, you probably need help, because at this point you're edging a burnout, right? You're edging a burnout, you're causing yourself to kind of be unhappy with the results, which breeds this frustration, right? You're frustrated. But also there's a sense of naivety, because like if you look at the way you've been approaching things, it's like your angels are like, please slow down, because by going, you're not connecting with the vibration of abundance. You're actually just overworking yourself to a point where it's like, do you even trust your skills? And that just lowers your vibration even more. Do you even trust your value? Do you even see your own value? And it's like they want you to stop and evaluate that, because right now you're doing too much, honey. That's kind of the message I'm getting. It's like they really want you to find a sustainable rhythm, a rhythm that can actually work for you, a flow. They want you to stay open-minded to these ideas as well, because you might be very, very like how do I say this, like you really don't want to work with other people because maybe there's also a sense of ego that you know better. Like you have a hard time listening to a mentor, and that also brings me back to the bride, right? Where it's like she struggles to listen to her mentor because she's like, what does this guy want from me? This guy's just sitting there and he's making me carry all these buckets up and down this goddamn hill. Like, man, like, you don't want to, like, you have this kind of like about it, right? But there is a sense of you kind of needing to become more flexible, because, well, then you'll actually be able to rejuvenate your energy and get to that abundant frequency, right? So let's get some last clarifiers. I hope this is resonating so far for the collective. Let's see. Okay. What is the last message the angels of this collective have for them? For collective 2. For the collective of the bride. What is your final message? What are your final messages, angels? Okay. What do we have here? Upright or reverse? Free to move. Embrace the liberty to explore new ventures. So don't forget you have free will. Okay? You can do it. Like, you can break free from the pattern you've been doing and kind of go down this new journey. Like, there is a world wide open for you to explore, and they want you to kind of, right? Because you might have been in this energy, like this apathetic energy where it's like you're not engaging with the world, right? And it's like, please go engage with the world, because you might find new opportunities there rather than continuously going at it alone. Oh, that one fell on the ground. What do we got? A veil of illusion. Lift the veils of illusion, seeking truth beneath the surface to navigate through love and career authentically. Yeah, so there's a sense of illusion here. Like you've been putting this veil, and even this is giving me like the bride, right? This is giving me a wedding. This is giving that energy of like the bride. I don't know if that relates to the story per se, but she tried to start this new life for herself, right? But if it's built on an illusion, if it's built on lies, if it's built on things that aren't real, then it will break free and it will break open and it will like fall away, right? Secrets emerge. I don't know, that take that if it resonates. Trust your path. Listen to your intuition, seek direction, and embrace discovery. Answers reveal the journey within. And I'm also getting a strong sense of like, trust your inner compass, where it's like, you might think that like you have this rigid way, this strategic way, right, in how you go about doing things. And that is commendable, because not everybody has such a strong sense of direction of what it is they want or how it is they want to get it. But it's kind of saying, like, if you release the control a bit more, then regardless of where life takes you, your compass is always going to guide you north. You know, like, you always know where it is you want to go. So whatever situation you get in, when you do release control, when you become more free to move, it's gonna still bring you to that north, right? Because you're the one that's looking there. I hope that makes sense, right? It's like a sense of holding your vision while releasing control and kind of allowing spirit to also make moves for you. Because it's like, if you go like that, and I'm gonna mention her again, but Becoming Kate has a very good analogy. I don't know how to say that, but she always says, like, yes, if you want to paint a painting, you can take the brush and do it exactly how you want, and source will be like, okay, sure, we can do it like that. But if you release a bit more control and you allow, like, I would say, like, your arm to kind of sit a little looser and then draw and let source guide it, then maybe you will have a way more beautiful, like, expressive or different painting than you initially thought it would be, and it like excels from what you thought it could possibly be, right? I hope I'm making sense here. But it's like, even if you just release a little bit of the control, loosen your grip, it will give the opportunity to source to kind of guide and come through you and kind of like do things for you. Last card. Okay, we got 2 cards here. Duality dance. Seek balance amid the chaos and find harmony within yourself. And then we have get out and be inspired to keep working towards your life purpose. Worthy goal. So even if it's hard, even if it's tumultuous, your angels are saying it's gonna be worth it. The goal you have, and the dart in the middle is also giving me that like tunnel vision, like you have tunnel vision on your goal, where it's like, even if getting there is going to be chaotic, it's going to be worth it. Even if that means you're going to have to get on a rowdy river and kind of explore new territories and release the controls, that is going to be worth it. Okay, I really hope this resonated, Pal 2. I love you lots, and I see you in the next one. 3353 on my timer. It's time to create a new reality. Transform. Okay, collective number 3. You chose Jack Sparrow, Tiger's Eye. So immediately with the Tiger's Eye, I was also getting, this is going to be a message of encouragement. This is going to be a message of empowerment. And as I was tapping into the energy, cleansing my decks, shuffling my decks, I got the channeled song, I get messages from the stars, when you're making love to me. You know that song? I'll link it down in the bio. Don't judge my singing skills, okay? I'm gonna sing. You're gonna have to hear it. Okay, so the funny part is there was a strong message coming through where you have a sense of lack of self-worth. And this also comes through in Jack, right? And this is a deep part of himself. Like, you gotta be deep in the movies to understand that Jack actually has kind of like a wound of self-worth that he struggles with, which is also why he's so avoidant and why he's like, ooh, he like backs down when anything kind of romantic comes his way. Like, he's very like charismatic and funny, and like, you know, he's Gemini ruled by Mercury. Like, he's all talk. Like, every situation he's in, he gets out by talking, right? He's like, ah, haha, I'm witty, I'm funny. Oh, and now you're distracted. Goodbye. That's the trickster energy of Jack Sparrow, right? That's kind of how he avoids accountability. So you might resonate with that. Like, you just kind of make jokes to cover up your deep trauma and things like that. I'm just saying. But he's also very clever. Let's not forget. He knows how to do it too. Like, that's commendable. But there's a sense of lack of self-worth here, where it's like, and honestly, I feel like this does have to do with love. There might be a certain relationship that you're in or that you're going to be in, but there is definitely a sense of you needing to accept love in your life. So let me actually find, because this deck is still a bit new for me. I don't know it from heart, but there were some beautiful messages for you in here that I would like to show you. So this is Rose. Here we are. It's about union, bliss, unconditional love, merging with the other, oneness, nourishment, and purity. Now, this card talks about childlike trust. So it's like, and the other card that I have here, Valerian, is a card, and this was also something that I was picking up on, like, maybe you resonate with sometimes, like, waking up in the morning, and, like, you get out of bed, and, like, you literally feel like a rat. Like, you literally feel like, you know, you haven't showered the night before, and you're like, ugh, and like, you got the crust in your eyes, and your fucking mouth is dry, and you're like, where am I? And you're like, I feel like a fucking rat right now. And I'm like, please don't come near me. Like, that's kind of that was a funny energy I was picking up on. And I mean, come on, we've all been there. Let's not lie. Anyways, yeah, as I'm tapping into this final deck, I'm getting lots of like funny kind of giddy energy from it. So there is definitely a sense of deep love kind of here, and it could be you could resonate with like different ethnicities as well as the card here. I don't know, or just coming from different backgrounds, speaking different languages, stuff like that. And it's just kind of talking about how you might not feel worth it. You might be very hard on yourself. But there is a sense of you becoming spiritually stronger and like learning spiritual lessons in a way. So I want to read you a bit more about this card really quick. So remember, you understand how love is the doorway, and through this sacred embodiment, you are able to birth anything into manifestation. Let all creativity, all sexual and nurturing connection be attuned to the vibrational powers of unconditional love. So it might also actually have to do with like being a bit insecure in the bedroom, or feeling like, you know, that is a part of you that's kind of, you know, you're kind of exploring maybe new territory or whatever it could be. There's a sense of you kind of needing to regain some confidence in that area, in the love area in general, because you have been through some thorny paths before, right? The rose, it's like you have struggled before with love, and you have fucked up before, like you have hurt people before, is what I'm getting really strongly, and you really don't want to do that again. So that's also the energy of like rat. Like, I feel like a rat, like this low self-worth that you have, or might be feeling, or might be dealing with, right? And then we come to the Valerian card, 4-4. So that could also be significant. You're seeing a lot of 4-4 recently, where it's like this card, I love this card because it just fits this perfectly. It's like Valerian supports us by widening our trigger points and helping us to zoom out of a situation that might be overloading you with anxiety and stress. Remember, Go easy on yourself and don't push yourself too hard to meet goals. Valerian remedies the internal parts of ourselves that can embody mouse energy. When we're overly analytical and judgmental in high trigger mode. It could also be that whatever this loving connection is you have with someone has been triggering you a lot. It's like it has been triggering you a lot because maybe this connection has also like made you realize that there's still a lot of like trauma or things that you need to work through. Like it's kind of like if you have divine connections with someone, they tend to show you your shadow sides, right? And you might have become very aware of that as well. So yeah. Let's see. What is the advice for the third collective? What is the advice for the third collective here? What do you angels got for the collective? Let's see. What is the advice the angels got? Okay. So there is a sense, definitely a big message here of reconnecting with your child self and kind of tapping into that loving, childlike energy where it's like, and this is also just giving me a sense of like a loving relationship between two people again. You know, this person, this little guy is handing the flower to this little girl. And there's a sense of like, just do your best, you know, show your love. Maybe even, maybe getting a message of be more romantic. Allow yourself to kind of be this playful romantic energy. Be unconventional as well as what I'm getting. Like you might have a very unconventional nature where you just approach love in a different way. You show your love in a different way, and do not be afraid to do that. That's a very strong message that I'm getting. Do not be afraid to show your love in your own unique ways. Yeah, it's almost making me emotional, guys. What is the advice here from your angels? Okay. Let your guard down. You're very defensive. Boop, 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 boop. It's very Jack Sparrow. It's very much giving that like, whoa, I'm going to avoid this situation because this is scary. I do not want to be here. I just want my boat. I just want my ship. I just want my money. Get me out of here. I don't want deep connection. That's scary. I am going to abandon you and betray you. Good night. Goodbye. So that is kind of the guard you have, right? You don't necessarily have to resonate with actually abandoning people or situations, but it is kind of giving that energy of avoidant motherfucker. Avoidant as fuck. Okay, that is the energy this is giving. And your angels are really telling you to please let down your guard, because there is a certain inner child that really wants to come through right now. And that's a strong message I'm getting. There is an inner child that might, you know, and that these trigger points that you're getting that might come very deeply from your inner child as well, where it's like maybe in your youth you weren't shown what real love looks like. You were maybe shown love in very traumatic ways. Like you might have resonate with like deeply traumatic pasts, just to say so. And so maybe as a child you never really knew what real love looked like. 4414 on my timer, so 44 is very significant. And that could be like some trigger points that are coming up right now. But that is why it's so important for you to kind of release your guard and allow your inner child to explore this territory in an innocent way, where it's like, you're not in danger. This is a loving connection. Whether it's with a person, with a passion, with a friendship, with whatever it is, there is a loving connection blooming here. And your spirit team, your angels want you to connect with that. They really want you to just allow yourself to kind of fall into this thing. Yeah, it's like you're slowly maybe releasing a sense of I don't want to say stagnancy, but you're releasing, like maybe you're very scared of being left out in the cold or not being received. Like maybe you're very scared that your love is not going to be received in the right way, like that there's not going to be space for them to hold it. That's also with that unconventional way of showing your love, where it's like you want to show your love, but I'm not sure if that's going to be received because I don't really know what the normal way is. So you're like, so yeah, this is very interesting. I'm gonna get some clarifiers and come back to you. Okay, so I got some extra cards, and first of all, I would like to say that you're definitely, like, your angels definitely want you to release this scarcity mindset. They really want you to release this idea that you're not good enough, that what the work you put in is not good enough. There is this sense of like, and I don't know why I'm getting this message, but it's like Jack Sparrow gets dehumanized a lot, and so do homeless people, where it's like we don't see them as people because like Jack Sparrow, it gets dehumanized because he's just a brat, and he's like, he's so avoidant that people don't eat, that they're not on his level anymore. Like he's just so strange and different that people cannot fathom what he is and how he moves like that. And then with this, I'm getting like homeless people also get so dehumanized because they have such, like, their self-worth is so low. And like there's, I don't know, there's just a message here about your self-worth and really thinking that you're like the lowest of the low in a sense. Or it's like that's not true at all. That is your mind. That is your mind playing tricks on you. That is your anxiety getting up the better of you. That is your limiting beliefs. And you might be haunted by this before sleep as well. Like you might actually like think a lot about these things while you're in bed and trying to just go to sleep. And it's like your spirit team, your angels want you to think logically at this time. They want you to think like, use your intellect because you know what's true. You know what is the truth actually. And you know that you do have worth. And that these are just patterns that you're trying to work through. And that, yes, it's triggering. But you know that you can work through it as long as you stand strong. And you speak your truth. You learn how to set strong boundaries, right? And you know how to set boundaries, but it's coming to a point where it's like, don't set strong boundaries out of coming from a place of anxiety, right? Where it's like, you might set really firm boundaries with people because you're so anxious that you might fuck up a connection, or that you might hurt someone, or the opposite way around, right? Where you're really scared that somebody might hurt you again. Something like this. Okay, I want to get one more card from my Oracle deck. And just to see what the final advice is. What is the energy Collective 3 should embody? What is it their angels want them to embody right now at this time? Boom. Daisy Jones flipped right out. We got Pisces energy, sun energy. So you might be a sun in Pisces. You might just resonate with being very imaginative, being very dreamy. You might have a lot of water signs in your chart. But this is about, Daisy Jones is very expressive. She speaks through her art, right? She's a musician. She feels everything extremely deeply, and she allows herself to do so. And then she goes on the stage, sun energies. She's seen by everyone, and then she goes out and sings it. So you might resonate with being a musician. You might resonate with wanting to put your feelings into art in general. So your angels are really telling you to just do that. Create your art. Put it into your art. Put it into your lyrics. If you're a songwriter, write those songs. And be completely authentic in what you create. Daisy Jones is a siren, you know? So you also might resonate with just getting a lot of attention from people, where it's like you just get pulled in by them. And that's also kind of that Jack Sparrow energy, where it's like he can somehow, this, like, I see comments about Jack Sparrow as like, somehow this man has riz. Like, how is it possible? But like, he has riz. Like, he does get the girls. Like, how does he do that? It's because he's a siren. Like, there's something about this energy that just pulls them in naturally. Like, you are very magnetic. You have a very magnetic energy, so don't doubt that. Right? Do not doubt that. But also there's a sense, and you might resonate with this a bit more as your shadow side, where it's like there's this self-destructive energy where it's like Daisy Jones, she does a lot of, and trigger warning, she does a lot of drugs. So that might make you feel unstable or something like that. And it's like become the more positive embodiment of this archetype, where it's like, just be expressive in your art, really. That's just the message here. And don't self-sabotage, because you don't have to. You do not have to self-sabotage. But your angels also acknowledge the fact that all those emotions, all that trauma, that's a heavy weight to carry, right? So they understand why you'd resort to escapism, right? Pisces energy is like, they understand why you would do that, but they're really trying to push you towards the direction of just being very passionate in whatever art it is you're creating. So yeah, let me get a last clarifier for you. This reading is already so long. I was just really getting into this last spread. I'm sorry, guys. I can't help myself, really. I cannot. It's too much fun. What if it is that accent? Unlock your heart. Guys, oh my god, you guys are so cute. You guys are so cute. You just gotta love. Embrace vulnerability. Let love guide your journey to self-discovery. You just gotta open up to the love around you. Really, like, that's the energy. It's even giving, like, if you want to reach that level of authenticity, that level of authentic expression, you first got to open up to that frequency of love. So allow yourself to get lost in this connection is what I'm getting. And it's bringing me back to, like, I get messages from the stars. When you're making love to me. So it's like, explore that. Explore that. Make love. Have fun. Stop overthinking it so much and just enjoy whatever comes next. Saving grace. Forgiving yourself and others. Well, that is definitely a strong message, of course. It's like, if you want to open your heart, you gotta mend the wound inside yourself that you've maybe even imposed on yourself, right? Show some grace to yourself. It's not easy, you know. It's not easy. You know, Jack Sparrow, he's got a lot of enemies too. So who can really blame him for having navigated the waters the way he has, right? Because there are so many enemies out there to get him, while all he wants is just his black pearl. He just wants his boat. Like, that's what I recall, at least. Like, that's what I remember. It's like, yeah. Valleys of the shadows. Step into the enveloping valley of shadows. Here fears are faced, and the courage is forged in dimly lit paths, and then the winds of fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails, maneuvering through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. So by you walking through, I don't know why I heard Valley of Death. I don't even know what that is. 5515. It's like maybe you have to do some kind of tour through all your past selves. Like maybe there's a meditation you can do on kind of forgiving all the past versions of, ooh, and I'm getting shivers on my back as I say that. There is a sense of you needing to go towards this journey of forgiving all the past versions of yourself and having grace for those versions so that you can release and set sail to this new journey, to this new opportunity where the fortune lies. Because if you finish that journey, and I'm seeing in my mind's eye, I'm literally seeing like a pirate map with like an X mark. So if you go by all the islands of all your past selves, and then you will reach the X mark where it's like, that's where the fortune lies, which is this new, beautiful, embodied version of yourself, this expressive artist, the siren, like this person that will get the attention it needs and deserves, the recognition even that it deserves. And honestly, I really can't help myself, but I'm gonna finish it off with a final oracle. Boom. Okay, we got ghetto, extremist ideology, protective conviction, visionary. So there's a sense, you have a strong vision for yourself. You have a strong sense of wanting to protect those you care about. You resonate with a certain group, with a certain people that you deeply want to protect. Again, I got this in the first pile, but it's giving Michael Jackson, like you have this large group that you really want to protect. And again, there are some different opinions about that. I don't give a fuck. So there is a sense of you really taking up a big leadership role and having this vision for your life. Whatever it is you want to do, whatever it is this winds of fortune wants to guide you towards, it's going to be big. It's going to be huge, actually. So yeah, you have this conviction, right? So just hold it. Get to where it is you want to go. Scorpio energy is very significant. Transformation, big traumas. Yeah, okay, anyways, I hope all of this resonated for you. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And I will see you in the next one. Oh, and please let me know in the comments if this was your pile. You can leave like a little pirate emoji or something like that if you don't know what to say. It would support me a lot. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one.